Spider Visual Theatre's Shadow Box Installation Workshop. I'm Penelope.
And I'm Jason.
And we would like to acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the traditional owners of this land. And we are presenting on
Gulajan country, and that's in southwest Victoria.
And we pay respects to any elders who might be watching today, and we say thank you for taking such care of our beautiful country, of the land, of the waterways, and of the sky. Right, you ready?
I'm ready.
So, what we're starting with is, what do we need first?
Pencil and paper.
Pencil and paper? Yes, we do need a pencil and paper, but what do we need even before that?
Our imagination.
Yes, you need an imagination. Whew. All right, you got yours?
Yep.
I packed mine. We're good to go. But you are quite right. We need some black paper and we have a really rubbish white pencil. So we've decided to give up on it. But if you've got a white pencil, it's good. We're using a grey lead. And what we're going to do is we are going to make what's called an
exquisite corpse.
An exquisite corpse. What is that, I hear you say? Well, we shall show you. So with your box, we've got one that I had to cut that bit out of before, and it can go either in portrait or landscape. Which would you prefer?
Portrait.
Portrait. Okay, so we're going to have it this way, which means it's longer on this side. And the piece of paper fits in, it's almost square, but we're making sure our piece of paper fits into the front of our box. Now, we need to fold it into three. Why do we need to fold it into three, Jason?
Because we're making three parts to our exquisite corpse. We're making a top, which is the head, the middle, which is the body, and the bottom part, which is the bottom part.
It is the bottom part, and we don't know what that's going to be
Could
yet.
have bottoms, could have legs. We'll see how we go.
Exactly. Now, folding the paper, you need to get the three parts in, it needs to be equal. So you fold it a bit like an S.
It's like a fan.
Look, it is like a fan, yes. Like a fan. So I'm folding it like that. So what that means is when you open it out, you see that? I'll draw here, Jason will draw there, I'll draw here, and when we open it up, we'll see our incredible creature or exquisite corpse. All right. You're not allowed to look.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Oh, so I'm not supposed to know what the top is?
No, that's the thing.
Oh,
It's
so
like,
it's like only at the end when we have
yes, exactly. Oh my goodness,
I forgot.
yes.
Sorry.
You're
I'll look at the other direction.
no, all right. So I'm going to do the head,
No peek.
and I don't know what it's going to be. It could be something from the sky, something from the under my pillow, something from deep in the earth, something from outer space. It could be from the spirit world. All right, I'm inspired.
Great.
All right, I'll go. All right, here we go. I'm going to keep it really simple though, because Jason, come back before we go. Why are we keeping it really simple?
Well, we're going to cut it out, you see. So if you do something that's like really tiny, like a line or something like that,
Like an eyelash.
you can't cut that out. It's
No.
really hard to do that. If you draw all this detail on there, we're not going to see that because what we're creating ultimately will be a silhouette. So yes, it is a drawing, but it's going to be a silhouette.
You're going to be cutting it out on this. So just to make things really snappy, Jason and I are going to make a super simple, exquisite corpse, aren't we?
Yes.
All right, don't look. Okie dokie. Head. All right. Oh, yeah. Great. And the thing with this is, because you're using your imagination, there's no such thing as making mistakes. It doesn't matter if you get the lines wrong, because you're not going to see that anyway. Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. This, I'm not going to tell Jason, but he's just going to have, yeah, great. It's going to be a bit weird. I'm saying, that's all I'm going to say.
But how am I going to know what you drew?
I'm going to show, first of all, I'm going to show what I've drawn. Don't you look?
I'm not looking.
So that's the head. Now, so Jason can see how the head connects to the rest of the body, I'm going to draw, to answer your question, some little lines at where a neck might be. Or, yeah. All right. So I'll show you that. So where the fold is, I have drawn some little lines so Jason knows where to take over the exquisite corpse. All right, Jason.
Right.
I shan't look.
Well, let me have a look where. Oh, it's quite wide.
It is quite a chunker.
Well, what I might do is something like that.
I'm not looking. I really want to look.
Don't look.
I'm not looking.
And I'm going to. It must be a bit boring looking at me drawing.
Don't forget to show everyone what you've drawn when you've finished.
Oh, good.
Yeah, do that, yeah, I think.
So, but then they'll know what we're drawing, and we won't know what we're drawing.
The magic.
So I've drawn something that looks a little bit like that.
And have you drawn some connector lines for me?
I have. Oh, one isn't long enough.
Right.
Now we can see, and I'll fold that over now.
You haven't looked at my thing?
Look, I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't look very hard.
But yeah, the idea is Jason hasn't seen the head I made.
No.
I haven't seen the body.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to use the lines that Jason's created for me to make something.
I'm going to watch this bit because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter because I don't have to join up to this. So
I'm going for kind of a blob kind of vibe. There we go. Super simple.
I quite like blobs.
Yeah, it's a blob. I might make it a bit thicker so that we can see it when we're cutting it out.
Okay.
And I've also made it really chunky, so it's easy and quick to cut out, and we can add in decorations later if we want to.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? We'll show everyone else before us. There's our creature. You ready?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's like one person.
That's so perfect.
I know it's pretty good.
All right, great. It is time to cut out.
Well, you don't need me anymore, do you?
No, off you pop.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Have fun.
Right, it is cutting out time. So, I am getting my scissors and I'm going to work fast. I'm going to work extremely fast because mistakes don't matter, do they, Jace?
No, I don't think they do. I think mistakes are quite exciting, really.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong when you're doing this. Like if you cut someone's finger off, or not that you particularly want to, but I don't mean.
You mean your monster's finger?
I mean my monster's finger. If I cut it off, it's not the end of the world. It might instead
There
of
is
being
sticky tape.
sticky tape is your best friend if you want to repair something. Oh, I can't wait to show you this. Oh, it's taking forever. This is the slow bit. I have.
Why don't we just speed everything up for a bit?
Let's speed everything up. And ta-da! Our monster is almost cut out. I'll show you. There they are. Ta-da! Now you'll notice that the eyes and the funny looking mouth hasn't been cut out yet. So it can be tricky to cut out eyes, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the paper over like that. See, I've put a fold in it like that. And I'm just going to cut it out. And again, it doesn't matter if it's rough. We get the idea. I'm not even going to put the pupil in, the black bit, because I'm going to put it in later. All right. There is my eye. You see the eye there. And the mouth, that's a bit trickier because you see how I've made that quite thin. I'm just going to do it quite roughly because it actually sort of doesn't really matter. So it'll be fabulous, whatever it is. So again, I've folded it over, and it's Oh, it's turned into an eye mouth. Oh well, it's got a mouth. Oh, what I could do, you see how I made a mistake. I blended the eye into the mouth. So now that's just going to be one big eye. If Jason doesn't mind, I'm going to put a mouth down here. I'm going to fold over the stomach. It's going to have a mouth in its stomach. And I'm going to make zigzags with my scissors to make a kind of teethy looking kind of mouth. Well, I'll try and give it a bit of some sort of smile. There we are. Right. Are you ready? Oh, it's quite scary. It's quite scary. Now, don't throw these bits away. We're going to use them. Now for the next step. Alrighty. Now is the next step. So, I prepared a box earlier, and I cut off most of the top because my box didn't have an opening, so I needed to create an opening, but I'm going to rip it off. So now there's our window that you see the window there? That's what the baking paper is going to go over. So I just got some baking paper from my kitchen, and I pre-cut the paper so that it will fit on my box. I also cut little tabs so when I stick it, it will stick on nice and neatly. And the best way to do that is by putting your box on top of your piece of paper. Whoop! Drop my pencil. And drawing all the way around your box so you know the size. You can see on my piece of paper that I drew around it earlier. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. But when Jason was here before, we talked about having a portrait. So I'm about to glue my creature onto the paper. Here we go. Glue stick. Oop. So, I'll make him go that way. And it doesn't really matter if you have the drawing of where you've got your pencil marks. They won't show up once you put it on the box. So I'm just putting glue on my creature on all the body parts. And then I'm going to flip it over and glue it onto the page. There we are. Like that. Alright, so there's my exquisite corpse creature. Now a little bit's not going to show because I've missed on the side, but it doesn't matter. Alright, now because I made that funny mistake with the eyes, I used bits of the cutout to make some pupils. So I'll show you that. I'm going to glue them on and then I'll show you. So you'll see that. See how there are no pupils? There are no pupils there at the moment, no black bits. What I'm going to do is glue these two black bits on there so that we can see the pupils of the creature. So there's one. And again, you just can be quite kind of, you don't have to make things perfect. And here's eyeball number 2. Right. And put that down. There. Look at that. Now, I have thought about making what I call a stained glass window effect. So what you need is some cellophane paper. So all sorts of different colours, and they'll show up beautifully. See all those different colours? They will show up absolutely beautifully in the box. So I did cut some out earlier. I decided to make my monster have green eyes and a red mouth. So I'm just going to glue. I'm going to glue the green over the eyes. Make sure it lines up. Like that. And I'm going to glue the mouth over the mouth bit. Yep. And again, the glue won't show up, so it doesn't matter if you're sloppy with it. Now, there's the stained glass window effect. I have got a little torch here, and I will show you, just work out how to turn it on. There we are. I'll show you what this is going to look like. Are you ready? So now we're going to put it in the box. Yep, put that down to one side. The last thing we're going to do before we put it in the box is we're going to make a landscape. So all these bits that you had lying around left over, I might make my monster in quite a jagged landscape. I'm going to have a jagged bit up here, or maybe. Oh, I like that bit. Maybe that's part of the monster's world. Yeah, great. Oh, look at that. That looks cool. Okay, good. That's going to be the creature's world. I'm going to cut that off there. Cut that off there. And I'm going to stick that down. In fact, I might use sellotape for that because I think it's going to make it easier. There we go. Just making it a little bit smaller than the lines on the page because I don't want to have to mess around with it once I put it in the box. So I'll just do a sky, but you might like to add in all sorts of things. Okay, I'm going to use tape for this bit because it's easier. Oh, noisy. Tape for this bit because it's a little bit easier. There we go. Tape. Ta-da. All right, good. Oh, look, I'll make a little bit of ground along the bottom as well. I think I'll just make a sense of the earth on the bottom. I'll hold it up and show you in a second. There we go. There we go. So there is my creature ready to go. Let me get my light on again. There we go. You see that? How cool. All right. Now for the next chapter. Right, it is time to pay attention to the box. So this is the box I had before, but you'll notice I have made a little flap in the back. And the reason why I've done that is I want to be able to put my light inside. So I've cut a little flap so that I can put my light inside later on. But now is the time we are going to stick the creation onto the box. So your monster has two sides. There's the side with all the sticky tape and the side that looks a little bit plain from the outside. We want to put all the sticky tape facing the inside of the box. So you can't really see it very much from the outside. So I'm going to start by putting the top on the box like that, and I'll just mark it out with some tape and I can finish it off later. Here we are, side one. And these tabs I cut earlier are going to come in very handy for getting it as neat as possible. Side two. Side three. And side four. I'm going to put my glasses on because it always helps. We are nearly done. So the only thing, you see I've got these little bits sticking up. I'm just going to fold them over and to tidy them off, I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on each section just to make it a little bit tidier. Right, I'll finish that off and see you in a minute. Alrighty, we're up to the last step. So you'll see I've finished off all of the edges and now it's time to put the light inside. The light is going to go in there So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my light on first. There we are. I might make it bright. There we are. Great. I'm just going to pop it inside the box. And there it is. Look at that. Ta-da! There. And you'll see how well using the bits of off-cut paper work to make a landscape. And there you have it. There you have your very own light box with that creepy creature inside. Have fun and use your imagination. Don't worry about mistakes. Bye.